everyone, it's Sunny. I'm going to do Grace Kelly in my series of iconic blondes and their makeup, and really with her look, it's she has amazing bone structure, so I'm going to do a little bit of contouring, and then also it's about a strong eyebrow, quite a simple, really simple eye makeup, and then a beautiful glossy, this time bright orange red lip. So I hope you enjoy the look. I'm gonna go and take this off and we can get started. So I've already done my foundation. I used the Chanel Vitalumiere, and this one is in 20 Clair Camille, and so I just literally put it all over my face with a foundation brush. And what I'm going to do next is, Grace Kelly had amazing cheekbones, so I'm actually going to darken mine just under the cheekbone a little bit to contour. So I'm going to use a, this is a m.a.c 252 brush. It's actually an eye brush, but it's great for kind of creamy colors. And I'm using a concealer palette. This one is a concealer palette in dark. These Dermacolor concealer palettes come in fair, medium and dark, and I think they're about £14 each. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a really dark, I think I'm going to use D101, which is a really dark brown. And I'm literally going to find my cheekbone here and just draw a line where I want a shadow to be. So a really kind of a strong one. And then I'm going to use my m.a.c 130 Duo Fiber brush, and I'm just going to buff that in. So essentially we've created a shadow where there was a little bit of a shadow, but definitely not as strong as that. So I'm just going to do the same on the other side. So what you do is you find the cheekbone, look at where the natural kind of shadow starts forming, and just deepen that. I'm just going to do a little bit at the chin as well here. So just at the very tip. And a little bit here on the nose. Basically you can contour wherever you want, like this. I really prefer contouring with a cream versus a powder. I feel like it gives me more control, and I also feel like the result is a little bit more natural. So now I'm going to conceal under the eyes. I'm using by Terry Touche Veloutee in A2, and it has its own little brush. So I'm just going to brush it under the eyes really lightly and just blend it in. I'm going to powder using the Givenchy Prism powder, and this one is in 83 Peach. And I'm just going to use a powder brush. I'm going to go over the whole face, but just quite lightly. I'm then going to move straight onto the blush, since we kind of did the cheeks as well. I'm using a MAC blush in Melba, which is a very pretty kind of peachy shade, and I'm using a MAC 116 brush. I'm going to kind of concentrate most of the blush here quite high up. So I get some of that. And I'm also going to take it to the temple and then blend in kind of a circular fashion. And I also like to put a tiny bit of my chin and a little bit on my nose. I am going to move on to the eyes now. I'm just going to use the Primer Potion by Urban Decay. The eyes are actually quite simple in this look. She has beautiful kind of almond shaped eyes, and the main focus of the eyes is actually, well, apart from the shape of it, is the eyebrows. She has great eyebrows. I'm just going to use Brule, which is kind of a matte off-white, I guess, yeah, very light beige off-white powder shadow, and with a 227 brush, I'm just going to apply that all over the lid. And I'm going all the way up to the brow bone as well. I'm then going to define the crease just a little bit and go under the eye ever so slightly. So I'm using Wedge, which is a very light brown, and I'm also using the m.a.c angle brush, which is the 272, so it has a bit of an angle to it. And I'm just getting the very, I don't know if you can see this, I'm just literally getting the tip of the brush in the colour, not the whole brush. And with that, I go into the crease and just brush it on. It is definitely kind of like the easiest way to do a crease. And then I just pull it under the lash line. This colour really is very light. So if you have slightly darker skin than me, you might want to go up to something like m.a.c Concrete, for example. So just blend it in and take it slightly under. I'm using the Bobbi Brown Gel eyeliner, and I'm using it in Chocolate Shimmer, which is a very pretty brown with a little tiny bit of shimmer in it. I'm going to be using it with my Bobbi Brown ultrafine eyeliner. It's just a very stiff and short eyeliner brush, but I find this one to be really excellent for Bobbi Brown gel colors, because they're a little bit thicker and cakier than, for example, m.a.c Fluid Line. So the short brush is really great. So I just take some on the brush. I like to blend it kind of on the back of my hand and just line the eye. I like to start at the center, then go a little bit outwards, and then start working my way in. Now when you come to the outer corner, this isn't really, you're not really doing a flip, but I'm just going to kind of thicken the line towards the outer corner and make it come to a point. But really, when my eyes are open and when I'm looking straight ahead, you can't really see much of a flick at all. I'm then going to curl my lashes and apply some, this is Chanel Imitable Intense mascara. So I'm just going to do that to both eyes, top and lower lashes, and then I'll show you popping on some individual lashes on the outer corner. So I've just put on one coat of mascara on the top and bottom lashes, and I'm going to add some of these individual eyelashes, just a few in each corner. So I'm taking this is the Shu Uemura eyelash glue, and I'm just going to put a little dot on the back of my hand, and then with tweezers I'm taking, these kind of are like 3 or 4 lashes in one. So what I'm going to do is I'm holding the lashes with tweezers, and I'm just going to dip the end in the glue, and it's important to let it dry for a while, so don't try and put it on immediately, so just kind of air dry it for a bit, let the glue dry for a little bit. And then try to get the first one in the very outer corner of the eye. And just put it on, and then kind of, I like to essentially just press it in a little bit. Dry the second one. And just put it to as close as the lash line as possible. And again, kind of push it in. And I'll do the other ones and I'll be right back. Now, while the eyelash glue dries, I'm going to do my brows, and I've recently dyed them darker, so I've gone kind of up a shade in my Mercier brow definer. So now I'm using it in soft, which is kind of a medium brown. And Grace Kelly's brows were very defined. They were a bit thicker than mine, so I'm actually going to do the brows in 2 stages. So first I am just going to define the shape. And she had quite strong arch here at the top, so I just need to kind of build that in there. But then also her brows were thicker than mine, so I'm actually going to kind of make them thicker. I'm adding extra below. Then I'm also going to use the Shu Uemura eyebrow pencil in a hard 6, and I'm just going to thicken my brows here a little tiny bit, because she had quite thick eyebrows actually. And then we're going to move on to the lips. She had, I mean, she's been pictured with tons of different kinds of lip colors, but what I really like her in is kind of an orangey red. And this is also a look that I've seen Kate Bosworth recently pictured in. So it's kind of a neutral eye and a really, really bright lip. And I'm going to be using Lady Danger from m.a.c, and it's a beautiful orangey kind of red. I love it. I think it's very flattering. And I'm going to line my lips, but I'm going to line my lips fairly lightly. I'm not actually even going to fill them in with the liner pencil, and I'm using the m.a.c pencil in red. And always remember to connect the corners of the eyes, lips. And just take a little bit of the lipstick and just cover the whole lip. And then blot the color. And just use what you've got left on the lip brush to kind of even it out. She didn't have tons and tons of lipstick on usually in pictures. It's quite sheer. And then I'm going to take, she usually did have glossy lips though, I'm going to take my Laura Mercier gloss in Golden Glaze. Just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm just using the same lip brush and I'm going to brush it on top. And that is the look finished. You can kind of play around with the lip colours, but essentially this look really is about kind of chiseling your cheekbones a little bit, a strong eyebrow and a bright lip. And you can kind of play around with the lip. You can try to go a little bit plummier. She did really nice peachy ones as well. And she also did completely pure red. But I hope you enjoyed the look, and if you like my channel, please subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.